Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this quick, easy, creamy tuna bake recipe. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. All the measurements will be available for you in the description box below. So I'm starting off with preparing the pasta. I would suggest that you use any pasta that you have on hand, with the exception of not using any spaghetti, because that's just not going to yield a good product, but it can still be made and it will still be delicious. And then you can cook your pasta according to your manufacturer's instruction, but you shouldn't cook it all the way through, so limit yourself to about 5 minutes, and then you're gonna drain that, and then we're gonna move over to start preparing the sauce. So first and foremost, I'm going to saute some onions until they are nice and caramelized. So we want to get our onions to a caramelized level, and then we're just going to be cooking those on a low medium heat until they are nice and translucent as well. So this is what we are looking for, and then you're just going to basically remove your onions and just place them in a separate container, and then we're going to continue to cook in the same pot. So basically for this recipe you're only going to use two pots, the one where you prepared your pasta and the one which you're going to use now, which is preparing of the white sauce. And basically what I'm doing there is I've just added a little bit of butter, and I've also reduced my heat because you can see butter spattered everywhere. And then you can just heat your butter until it's all nicely melted away, and then you can add your flour, and then you can mix that right through until all your flour is evenly coated in the melted butter mixture. And this is very, very important when we're making our white sauce, because the next part will then be for us to add some milk. And from this point onwards, make sure you have all your ingredients next to you, because you need to whisk into your flour mixture. And as you continue whisking, you can see also from the image that you're looking at that your sauce will start to thicken, but you need to be consistently mixing. If you are very uncomfortable with making a white sauce from scratch like this, then I would suggest that you just prepare some creamy mushroom soup, which you can get at your supermarket, and then just prepare that with like a little bit of water, nothing else, in your pot until it thickens like we did here. Okay, so once our sauce has evenly thickened, we're going to add our onions back into the pot, and then we're going to give that a mix all over again. And at this point I've reduced my heat to heat setting number 3, just because I want to cook everything at a slow process. Next, I'm going to season my sauce. I've started with adding a little bit of black pepper, and then now I'm adding a little bit of salt, and then I'm just going to give that a mix just so I can evenly distribute the salt and pepper that I've just added. Okay, so once you're done that part, the next step will then be to add more flavor into our white sauce. So remember, this is the base for our tuna bake, and the first thing that I'm adding is fish spice or fish seasoning. You can get any brand that you like, whichever one you trust, and then you can just add that in there, and then we're gonna give that a quick mix. This is basically what we need. After you're done adding that, you'll see that your sauce will continue to thicken as you continue cooking it. So I would suggest that you have a little bit of water on hand so that you can always add a little bit of liquid, because we don't want our sauce to be too thick. And the amount of thickness that we want, you'll just have to visually see the consistency that I'm working with, and then continuously add water to make sure that your consistency is the same as mine. So at this point I'm going to be adding my tuna, and I'm just going to give that a mix inside my sauce. Okay, next I'm going to be adding vegetables. So the vegetables that I have, or that I prefer, they need to be really small. You don't want chunky veggies in your bake. So I'm adding a little bit of cauliflower rice, savory cauliflower rice, and this is the brand where I get it from. And I just added it from a frozen state into the sauce because it will defrost as it cooks, and I also don't like my vegetables to be very mushy. So this way I am guaranteeing that my vegetables will not be mushy, but they'll just be nicely warmed and cooked through. If you also want an alternative to the vegetables, you can go ahead and add some broccoli, but I'll suggest that you chop it up and make it into smaller pieces, just so that it's looking much better when you bake your tuna bake, and it's also not taking up much of your sauce. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of cheese on top, and I didn't really mix it much because you'll see as we add the pasta it will start to become a little bit gooey, and that's basically what we want. The goo from the cheese is what's going to be binding our pasta to our sauce, and then you're just gonna give that a mix very carefully, because we don't want to break up our pasta. Okay, so then next we are going to go and add the pasta bake into a baking tin. So I did rinse mine off. The water part is not an essential part of this recipe, it's just that I rinsed my baking tin, and then you can just add your pasta in there, and then you will just flatten it a bit, evenly distribute it into your baking dish, and you just need to try and make it look nice. And I find that when you don't make everything like flat straight down, it looks a little bit better when you've baked it. Okay, so I'm just going to garnish a little bit with some parsley. I don't have fresh parsley, I'm using dried parsley. If you've got fresh parsley you can use it, but I'd suggest that you garnish with it at the end and not when you're still going to put your bake in the oven. So right now I'm just going to put a little bit of cheddar cheese on top. It is very random the way I'm doing it. Remember, we're not trying to create a cheese layer on top, we just want to have a little bit of cheese on top, so that when we're eating it we can get a little bit of it in our dish. I'm gonna pop that in my oven on a broil section, and it's going to be broiling for like 2 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. We're not going to bake it much, we just want to melt the cheese on top, and that is basically it for this recipe. If you did enjoy this recipe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my Instagram page, it's at Cooking with Mufarisi, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.